All right, welcome to another episode of Two Dumb Dogs. We're a little late to the shoot, but we are here. It is 7:21 coming to you at the last Monday of 2024. What's going on, Greg?
It's 3 in the afternoon. What are you talking about?
That's in Germany. This podcast is produced in
Okay.
America.
It's being recorded in Germany. What are we talking? Okay, you know what? I don't even give a shit. We have other shit to talk about. So let's not get into the semantics of this right now.
All right, you go.
Oh my God.
Go, 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 go. Hurry up, we gotta release this.
I'm drawing a blank. Give me a second to catch it.
This
Yesterday
fucker
was
was
my
literally
birthday.
just like, come
Yesterday
on, let's record. I'm
was
giving you
my
good shit
birthday.
before we even get on it.
And
Like,
I just want to talk about how the day went. I just want to talk about how the day went. So
okay, let's go. Let's go.
we
It was your
actually got
birthday yesterday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, and we were initially going to go to Prague for my
Mhm.
birthday and just do cool shit together, make memories and stuff.
Yeah.
But something happened a couple weeks ago that made me change my mind, and I talked to her about it, and I said, "Hey, I'm feeling a certain way. I don't want to go to Prague. Let's go to the Alps, and there's a spot I want to show you." And she agreed.
Mhm.
Right? It's my birthday. We wake up. We actually woke up 2 hours late. And the reason why I say late is because it gets dark at 4 in the afternoon now, and it's dangerous being up there in the dark. Right? We didn't have the right flashlights with us at the time, but I'm getting ahead of the story. So we're a little late there, but we get there at around like 11, and we start hiking. Right?
Okay.
And where I'm taking off my clothes is our first checkpoint when we get up there. That's what she realized. She needed a stick. She had to switch her shoes really quickly because she underestimated what we were doing. All
Yeah.
right. And that was fine. That was absolutely fine. Everything else was good. I got gloves. I had Charlie with us. We found her Charlette. It was really funny. So we get
Oh,
to our first checkpoint
Charlie is the
and
name of his stick.
yes, Charlie's the name of a stick who's I have an incredible emotional bond to. Let's keep going. Anyways, we get to our first checkpoint. We're starting to get in ourselves situated, and that first real sweat comes in. And on
Mhm.
top of that, the sun was shining really, really brightly. Right.
Yeah.
So I switched out my sweaty shirt on the bottom real quick, and I just went for a little jog. Just let it get under the armpits, and just be fine with it. Like let my soul fight it. And she was running the camera, and it was a good moment for me. But I got back dressed, right? I triple cloaked, and we start going up. I had to warn her over and over again. I'm like, hey, whatever God you pray to, do it right now because this is about to hurt. And she was like, no. And then we're like halfway up a cliff, and she's like, I'm scared to take my phone out.
Uh,
And I did that shit to her, man. I put her in really risky situations, but we did it and we pulled it off. I can't believe her shoes survived the thing. Oh my God, in deep snow. Um, at the end, well, we get to like 70% done, right? And there's this photo that she takes of me where I'm looking at the surrounding area, right? What we don't see in that picture is how exhausted we are. And now we can see the end, but it's a long way up, right? And though I remembered the basics of this big circle thing that we're supposed to go to, because it's a mountain, I kept forgetting about how deep the cracks go sometimes, that you still need that extra 30 minutes to navigate in a very difficult part of the mountain.
mhm.
It was exhausting. And she gives up like right there at the restaurant. She gives up like it's about 50 steps away and she lays down, man.
Like, all right, you can carry
Right?
me the rest of the way. You got
Oh
energy.
man. And I grab her by her beautifully big butt and I start pushing her forward and I start saying really stupid shit like, can't stop, won't stop, can't stop, won't stop.
In
And I'm
German or
really
English?
in English, man. In English. That doesn't come out into that German. And she finally keeps going, and we get up there, and we have this beautiful view, and the sun is in our eyes, and we can't see shit.
Oh, nice. That's
At least where I was
amazing.
trying to bring her. But we made it all the way to the top. We ate what we had with us. She had these canteens with us that kept our food warm, right? We were hiking for 6 hours. I wish I remembered the name so I can give them a shout out. Next time I will. Okay. These things were really cool. They kept my food warm.
called a
The
thermos.
mountain gave us the mountain gave us fresh water, so we were fine no matter what. We got really good advice and help from people in very tight situations there at the end. Like I said, we were late, so it was getting late. We finally got up there at 3:30, but there was 30 minutes for daylight until the sun went over the caps. And there was an old guy with his lady there, and he said, "Listen, you got to take the bond down. You can't go back down here. It's too dangerous." Because they got all these high tech flashlights with them now that everybody's got their suits on and stuff. There's a specific type of hiking that you do at night where you need other equipment. And we clearly didn't have it with us.
Yeah.
So we walk over to the bond, we get a couple more good pictures over there. But honestly, that was like the last 10 minutes of that. And I was really bummed because that was such a cool view, but we had to go because the last bond was going in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. So we got advice and we got lucky because it was the last thing. But then we come up with the thing. I left my money in her wallet and she left the wallet in the car. Only cash.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And this German dude married to his American wife behind us gave us the 20 euros and we Venmoed it right back to them. And they immediately helped us in that situation. Luck was everywhere to yesterday for us. From the weather, it was such a clear sky, to the mountains that showed every single color, to the old guy that gave me the advice in the first place that I got to be careful what I'm doing, to the people that helped us almost instantly. The guy had a 20 in his hand. He said, "Here, take this. Do you Venmo?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then we walked 4.5K back to the car because where that bond brought us down was on the complete other side of the lake, man.
Yeah, it was like, pitch black.
Oh, yeah, but we got really good shots of the lake at the bottom. I want to take you there next time you come over here. You got to see this place in the summer. In the winter, that's what it looks like. And it was -4, and the winds like fucked my face up. But she did it. She did it. She went all the way up there with me. She said it was the best fucking day of her life, which is great because it was my birthday. We sang karaoke all the way home to each other, like Queen and whatever rap she did, and then I put on like Guns N' Roses sometimes, and we just threw all sorts of stupid shit together, and we were laughing, and it was fucking great.
Yeah, it must have not been that difficult if you still felt like singing afterwards.
We went up 2,100 meters. It's not the tallest place in Germany, but it took a while to get up there. It wasn't easy.
Was that like about a mile and a half?
2 kilometers, 2.1 kilometers.
About a mile.
A mile and some change. I want to say like a mile and like
mile
what?
And a half. Yeah.
Not even, but it's somewhere in the
Whatever.
middle there.
It's close enough. You're not gonna climb a mile. That's a lot.
She said that her phone said we walked 16K. But when her watch died, we were already about 5K into it. So we did a good 15 miles yesterday, but she said she loved it and her feet weren't fucked up either. So thank you, Adidas. Thank you very much for that one. That was that.
You were hiking in Adidas running shoes?
Dude, but the shoes, she did it, man. And the shoes are fine. I'll send you a picture. Dude, it's crazy, man. Yeah. How good.
Before and after.
Dude, and she didn't even buy those shoes here in Germany. She bought them in Austria or someplace like that, man. They look fucked up and old, but they did it.
So speaking of shoes, I had my first sledding experience this past week. Well, okay. I'll say my first and last sledding experience. Sledding is not for the grown. It is for children.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not. Physics is not on your side. It's one thing when you come crashing down and you only weigh 100 pounds. It's another thing when you come crashing down and you weigh 230 pounds. I
saw tailbone. When we got to the restaurant yesterday, I saw grown men in the tiniest of sleds risking life going down this very steep hill that was right there more at the top. Like when you get at the top, there's a tiny
gave me some fucking advice because like we have this so we live up on a hill. So here's most of the town. We live up here on a hill, and it sucks because our internet's shitty and everything, and we get all the fucking crosswinds and everything. And then there's nothing in front of our house. It's just open pasture, but we get plenty of snow up here.
What kind of sled were you using,
dude? Literally just a fucking piece of plastic.
Come on, man. You got to go and find your sled. Here in Germany, it's the wooden ones that look
I
like
know. Like, yes, that would be a lot better. I just do not want to feel the rocks in my ass. But let me
you got
get
to give sledding another chance. That shit's fun.
yeah, I'll give it sledding a chance with more snow. Okay,
But you got to
that was
find the right sled for you. I got my
stop
sled.
fucking interrupting me.
Get the right sled. So important.
I'm
And
not
the
gonna
right shoes.
invest money before I know I like it or not.
And the right socks.
Yeah, so I went. We all got the two girls and I. We all got suited up in our snowsuits. I don't have any snow boots anymore because I threw out my boots this year because they were just. I've had them for 6 years and they're leaking. They've got like they're not
Okay.
waterproof
Okay. Okay.
anymore,
Okay. Okay.
and then they
Okay.
just weigh 5 pounds each. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a new pair this year. I haven't gotten that yet, so I don't have any waterproof shoes right now. All I have are
It
fucking.
is December 30th. You have failed as just a normal person. You live in North Dakota. No, man. Shame on you. I got two pairs of boots. Winter is here and it hurts.
Yeah, but in my line of work, I don't need snow boots.
It
I'm
doesn't
good.
need to be steel, but it can be
Yeah, but
what would you consider this? That's not steel toe, that's leather. What about leather boots? They're soft and they're reliable.
okay, but I only have one pair of leather boots and they're too thin. They're not insulated. Like it, I might as well be wearing skin.
Take your time when you go look for boots, man. Make
I
sure your
know,
feet
bro.
are
Dude, I worked in the oil field. I know how important it is to get the right boots. Okay.
I
But
made that
anyways,
mistake.
so
Hey,
yeah,
I
so
made
we
that
go down
mistake
this
when
hill. So we live up on this hill, and at the bottom of this hill, there's a dog park and it's a place where you can dump your yard trimmings, like extra leaves, tree branches, stuff like that. So people go down there and dump it, and then there's giant mountains of dirt for a bulldozer to come and compact them down, and it's basically a little landfill, but it's only tree products. It's not garbage. It's only tree
okay.
products. So it's a compost. So we've got this big. I'd say it's probably at least like 30 meters from the top of it to the bottom of it,
Okay.
and in between it, it goes. There's a little flat, and then it goes down. So you're going and then boom, boom. Yeah, we went down the first time. I sent the 9 year old by herself. She went fine. She went straight shot through it. No problem. It was fast, faster than she thought it was going to be. And then I go
Okay.
down with the 3 year old. I got her in front of me and everything, and we go down just fine. But then, like, she didn't like it. She was too fast for her, so she didn't want to go again, the 3 year old, which I'm fine with that. At least she tried it, you know?
Okay.
And then I'm like, I'll go down by myself. And like literally our sled is it's called an expedition, but it's literally just a plastic press molding. It can't
Okay.
be more than like 4 millimeters thick.
Okay.
And then it's just got little ridges on the bottom to keep you going straight. But like yeah, it's literally just a flimsy piece of plastic with a string on the end of it and it's long. So it was long enough for my legs to sit in it. And yeah, and I was going down and then I guess because she wasn't on the front weighing me down, I got some air and then bam, landed straight on my fucking tailbone. And then I dug my elbow into the ground to try and slow me down, thinking
Okay.
that, oh yeah, this is just a grassy hill. No, it's a fucking rocky hill at the bottom. And then like busted up my elbow. It felt like I had internal bleeding, bro. Like fuck. Yeah, so that was my first sledding experience. I'm like, all right, yeah, we kind of I took a big hill. But we got to build a
Lit-
snowman. I didn't get a picture of it because the snowman melted already. We had a giant heat wave and it kind of fucked us up. Like yeah, last night I turned the heater off down here and now I got back here this morning. It was fucking cold as shit. So now I'm sitting here bundled up with a blanket, slowly stripping as we record, as it gets warmer in here. But yeah. All right. So that was my sledding experience and we got to build a nice snowman finally, cause yeah, it's been like up to like to 20s, I think. I think it almost got to the 30s this last weekend. But yeah, but back to more of going on the trip with like whenever you tell me about her not being prepared for the trip, that reminded me of Sammy whenever we went to South Dakota for the Mount Rushmore. And it wasn't nearly anything like that. Like it was literally only 450 steps and it was less than a half a kilometer
Okay.
going going in a circle to get up to the front of the mountain, to the base of the mountain. You're not climbing up the mountain.
Hmm.
But there's a bunch of rocks and shit from all the dynamite being the dynamite
Hmm.
blasting the rock away. So they created this very nice, like whoever built that fucking platform, like they either cared about their job or they got paid really really fucking well. Because like
Okay.
the
The
craftsmanship,
quality of it.
like yeah, like even whenever the deck is making a turn, they do that fan thing with the wood. They didn't short or do any cheap tricks where they're like, "Oh, this will be cheaper." You know, like everything looks really good. So props up to the guys
Okay.
that built the boardwalk at, I guess it's a boardwalk at Mount Rushmore.
See, it's so cold here. My dog needs warmth. She's in.
Yeah, she's
Now
from
she's laying
Boston.
down.
I don't know.
Okay, there
But
we
yeah.
go.
So I got some notes here.
Hold on. I'd like to make it I state that even though she was a little bit naive about the boots thing, she's the reason why we have Warm Foom up there. She got the right products for that. She was wearing the right socks,
Uh-huh.
right? Um,
I'll let her
and
slide with that because boots are fucking expensive, and at least she wore
made
comfortable
we
shoes.
made sure that we were going the right way this one time because I was about to take us a completely wrong way, and she's like, "But Greg, I can see the waterfall over there, and I hear it." And she
Ah,
was right, and she was right.
well, good for you for actually taking a hit.
It was good. We did really good
All
going
right,
up there.
I'm gonna try and post these photos on Facebook. If not, I'm gonna enlist Bernadette as our new Facebook specialist, and she'll run our Facebook page for us.
Let me ask her first.
Yeah, ask her, and I can just send her photos. That way she can put it on there. But
Holy
yeah,
shit! We're gonna
no,
get a
these are some
Facebook
really
page.
good photos that you
Is
sent,
that
man.
really where this podcast is going? That we're getting a Facebook page.
We've had a Facebook page. I just been fuck my black screen. But yeah, these are good
We have
pictures though.
a Facebook. What if she says like? What if she comes back with the Uno reverse and tries to give us an Instagram?
If she wants to run it, go ahead.
I will make a call immediately after this podcast, and I'll let you know what she has to say.
Sounds like a plan. All right.
You
So,
like the photo?
huh?
You like the photos?
I do like the photos, man. Like I was in church when you called me, which I was disappointed because like fuck, man. I would have loved to take that call. Because the
I
church
was just
service
let
was
I
extremely
was just
boring.
letting you know that wherever we were, you could get a hold of me, and I did like like when you throw a flare up.
Yeah, but no, like now I'm
Because
disappointed. I can't see
there
these
was
last
many
nine
parts of
photos.
the house we didn't have any signal, and that's just expected.
Yeah. No, I got that. Like that's how it was for us at Yellowstone. Like I just started taking pictures and I waited till we got back to the hotel to even bother trying to upload anything. Because they would have just killed my battery.
The
Fucking
truth is,
constantly
when I
searching.
did actually start calling, that's when we were already back in the car because it was already 6 o'clock in the evening our time, and it was pitch black outside.
Yeah.
But the mountains were lit up like these little dots of lights were everywhere in the mountain. It was really cool to see, and we got to watch the stars come out one at a time. It was some wild shit, man.
Hmm. Oh,
Oh
bro, that's
god.
awesome. Fuck. No, I can't. I mean, fuck. Honestly, I'm jealous. Like right now, money's been tight right now, so like I don't even have the faintest idea when the next time we're gonna be able to take a trip. But yeah, I don't
Hey,
know.
it's New Year. We got to start. There's no going anywhere until March. Even then, maybe not.
Maybe
It's
we'll
just
go up to Canada when you get here in March or May.
I would very much like to put a pin in my map here at home. I got like two more pins I got to put in now, which is fucking amazing. And I'd like to put Canada on this map too.
Okay. Well, bring your passport.
I that's how I yeah.
Don't leave it at the house.
I won't. I don't even care if we go, dude. I don't even care if we go to the middle of nowhere woods again. I can still put that pin right there, saying I did it. I've been there, done that. Ain't that right, Coco? Ain't that right? Daddy's a globetrotter. Yes, he is.
Cool, Coco. I swear,
I
she
like to
looks like a fucking
give.
Boston Terrier, not a French.
Yeah, but it's because her mom and her dad are two completely different types of French bulldogs. There's like seven different versions of this, and she's from the Rhine. So I don't know, man. Europe.
I don't know. But
I want to give Bernadette one more shout out.
okay, go ahead.
I want to give her one more shout out. Because of her, I was able to cover a lot of ground this year, more than I have been able to do in a very, very long time. And I wouldn't have been able to go down all these adventures if it weren't for her patience
Mhm.
and her equal joy for insanity that I have. And I'm very, very grateful that she was able to have me get more of my goals accomplished this year because
I'm
that's very
glad.
much what happened.
Well, props to Bernadette, man. Like, I definitely feel like you guys have a better connection than you have with anybody else so far. Like, it seems like you're talking more about the good times with her versus the last relationships. Like, I only heard about the end of them, or
Well,
like some
this
crazy
time
shit.
that she says it differently. She's Hungarian. But the way I think it is, I'm pretty sure it's that we have the same heart. Like it really doesn't matter what country you're from, what your skin color is, what kind of a bitch you are as a person. If you and your person that you're with have the same heart, a lot of shit just works, clicks instinctively. And she says things like, "Yeah, you do all these things right, and you have no idea that you're doing them." That's a good thing to say. That means who I am as a person is
She talk,
satisfying.
is she talking about like being in a relationship with you, like all
I
the?
want, yeah, I told her, don't tell me what it is. I told her, don't tell me what it is, because
I
that
need to
means
know
I'll
where the
keep doing it.
context of that answer was from. Like, what were you guys talking about? Like, is she just talking about like life in general, or just being with
A
you?
lot. She said it more than once now, where she says that I'm doing all the right things. We were eating dinner once, and she said that to me just while we were eating dinner. That you're doing all the right things, and you don't even realize you're doing it.
I get that
And I
too.
told her, and I told her, don't tell me.
No, Sammy does that for me too. Like I'll get those. I'll just catch her with those looks where she's just staring at me and just like even coming down here, she's expressed it a couple times. It's like I just love that I don't have to fucking worry. Like I know you're doing what you told me you're doing,
Yeah,
and I don't
there's
have to
a.
think about it again until I need to contact you.
We got lucky with the blunt honesty part. It wasn't easy for a couple fights, but the blunt honesty helped us be quickly comfortable around each other. I want to say at a faster pace. I'm not sure how to describe that. And
It's you got to get rid of that dating phase where you're worried about saying something because you think that it'll turn them off.
like I said, man, her and me, we seem to have the same heart.
Yeah, because
And
you're actually exposing yourself to her and start instead of just trying to change yourself to what she wants you to be, you know? So like that's what I hear whenever she says you're doing things right and you don't even know it. It's like you're not being aggressive, you're not being a dipshit, you're not being controlling, you're not being territorial, you're not being a fucking dickhead, you know?
well,
She's just happy.
whatever whatever I am doing, I don't even care, man. It's nice that just me being around is fine. It's okay. It's
No, I get that too, man. I get that too. It feels like we
I
like
don't even need to know. It's not even that important to me.
yeah, but
I'm
I
just
don't
gonna.
even think it's us. I think it's a thing. Like after you're done with your 20s, you're more comfortable in your own shoes, so you don't give a fuck what other people say. And then somebody can find you being yourself, and it's just so much easier to accept you because you're not sending mixed messages because you're just being straight, you know?
Well, that is the world I have found myself in with Bernadette. And the way she described it, and it Hungarians say it differently, but the best way I can translated to English, and
Mhm.
she said something around the lines of she's never had this much harmony with another human being before. And she thought this is shit that you can just read in them stupid books. She's from Hungary, okay? It's not everything is referred to a book in some way, shape, or form by her. And that's cool.
Okay, no problem. That's awesome though, bro. I'm
But
happy.
that's how she describes it. And we kind of just connect those two because they are one and the same.
So here's a sidewinder. When's your anniversary? Do you know?
January 15th. It's in 2 weeks. We're gonna go to
Got it.
Regensburg. And I thought it was a little cheesy, but I offered the suggestion. I'm like, yo, let's just run around Regensburg like we did the first time we went there together.
All
And this
right.
time we actually go in the church and that brought where Sima was telling you about. And she thinks it's a great idea. So that's what we're doing.
Keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. It's not the place, it's just the person you're spending time with. And then
It's
that's
nice that I can, dude, I really like it that I can take her to the place that my grandfather took me as a boy. That part like really like hits
yeah.
home a little bit.
Yeah, so I've definitely figured out that if I propose to Sammy, I've got to do it at a beach.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just that's going to be the most bang for my buck because she hasn't seen a beach yet. I've showed her the mountains. I've showed her the volcanoes. I've showed her the rivers and the
You should
waterfalls.
have done it by the volcano. That was your moment.
No, because it's not like Hawaii where you could like see an open volcano. It's like this is a land and it's so elevated that you're on a mountain, but you cannot see it.
Well, if and when I propose to Bernadette, it's definitely going to be on a mountain.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. As long as you got it figured out. As long as you got it figured out, man. All right.
Yeah.
So moving on. Moving on. Let's reset this and we're gonna spend a couple minutes reminiscing about the year. Let's do a end of the year wrap up. How's that sound?
Holy fuck.
Let's just go through
What?
everywhere we've traveled this year. It's probably gonna take 10
Holy
minutes.
shit.
Yeah.
Really?
This is our last episode of 2024.
Oh, okay, I gotta okay, then let me go take a piss and guy, let me get her settled because she's not comfortable, but she
All
won't
right,
leave
we'll give you
me.
5 minutes.
Okay,
All
I'll be
right.
right back.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, get that.
All right, let me just get this hot chocolate.
Okay, so I have had the fastest update in video history, considering the update comes in the same video. Um, while I was trying to figure out Coco, who has refused to leave my side, what a loyal dog you are. You are
Here's your form.
fantastic. Um, Bernadette called me while I was trying to get her comfortable, and I told her about how you would like her to do our Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and she agreed
Oh,
that she could help.
nice.
So yeah.
All right, I'll send you the
Do I?
login credentials. Unless she
Okay,
wants to
yeah, that's
just,
what I was
unless
saying.
she just wants to start from scratch. I
She
didn't do
asked,
anything.
but she asked if she could look at what you all have, whatever it is.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so after this
She'll
podcast is
laugh
over,
at me.
we're gonna figure this shit out.
All right, sounds like a plan. Dude, so quick pause though. Do you drink coffee or tea or
No.
anything that needs stirring?
Okay. Through that DNA test, I found out that I'm allergic to caffeine. So that explains a lot of it. That explains a lot, actually.
You're allergic,
Yes, I have an allergic reaction to caffeine.
which is
I get like really red. I don't know how else to explain it. I just get really red all of a sudden.
hives.
And I have some kind of itching complexity, and my digestive system doesn't process it correctly. At
Mm.
least that's what the doctor said when I talked about it. And I was like, okay, German doctor, I'm gonna just not drink coffee then.
Okay, German doctor.
Right?
All right,
And
but
it was
anyways,
fine.
the point I was getting is like I bought one of these electric stirring sticks, and they're fucking amazing, guys. All right, that's all I had to say. I'm done being.
Okay, what? Wait a minute. I have like 17 questions. We're talking about tea or coffee?
Well, this is hot cocoa, and
And you wanted to shout out a brand? Let's try it. Let's do
it's
about
not a
that. What
brand,
brand?
it's a device. It's a handheld mixer that like I thought was only for coffee because like only the coffee drinkers do it, but like it's for everything. Like
Okay.
it mixes it so well, and it's so satisfying to make a little tornado in your drink.
Well, there you go. That's very good positive
All right.
advertising for
All
somebody
right,
who's
back on
not
it. So
paying us.
we're gonna do a 2024 recap, right? That's what we're doing.
Yes.
All
Where are
right.
my haircut
Let me make
boots?
sure we're recording. Okay, we are recording.
Good.
Well, I didn't want another mistake at the end of the year. Like fucking our last episode, I forgot to put my video on here.
I
So
swear to God, if you
yeah,
lose this episode, I'm gonna fly over there and clip your nuts.
shut up. I'm gonna fucking I don't have to go to work until 12 today, so as soon as we're done recording, I will splice it together and throw it up there because this is our episode for this week. Because
Okay.
we took a little bit too much time off on
Yes,
a
and
weekend.
that was completely my fault. Whoever's listening to this, the reason why this took so long is my fault. And
Fuck
Rodney
'em.
gave me the Rodney gave me the benefit of the doubt, and that shit's also been put to bed. So thank you, Rodney, for your patience. It worked out. I took care of what I needed to take care of. That's
Awesome.
the end of that.
Yeah. All right, good to hear. Good to hear. Okay, so shit, where have we all been? Do you want to go first? You want me to go first this year?
Can I cheat just a little bit? Can I
Go.
start with my last year's birthday on the 29th of December?
I guess so, yeah.
All right, are you willing to? Okay, because last birthday, which is before me and Bernadette got together, me still riding solo, I went to Salzburg,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I
I
remember
took the
that.
train down for the day. I went to Salzburg. I had a great fucking time. We talked about that on
Yeah.
the podcast. That was a great fucking day. Do you want to go me one, you one? Do you want to, how do you?
No, you go first, and then I'll go
Well,
second.
if I'm being completely honest with you,
Or
I
we
want to
just
hear
say
about the
go
ball.
s- go like just break it up into quarters. So we're talking about the beginning of the year, and then I'll talk about my beginning of the year, and then you can go, and then I can go. Okay? Yeah, I like that
Okay.
better.
Well,
So you're talking
up
about
until,
last December
yeah, the 29th of December, right there, 2 days before New Year's.
or New Year's. Okay.
I was in Austria, right? And for the beginning of the year, I didn't really travel much farther than Munich. I went, I think in February, I went to Munich. I spent because of the ticket that I have where I can get on any train and any bus free. I take advantage of that when I'm not needed by David or by Bernadette or whatever. And I go to my favorite spots in Regensburg on the river. I've taken you
Yeah.
there, right? And I go to those places, right? I spend a lot of time on the Danube River. And that was what I did mostly while it was still super cold. Um, Went to Munich for a concert, right? That was really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's when me and Bernadette got together. So shit went in a complete different trajectory than I assumed it would. All right, your turn. What'd
Awesome.
you do in the beginning of
Well,
the year?
I was sitting here because I had the idea like I would just go to my camera gallery, and then that would give me a chronological order of the events that happened this year. But like the beginning of this year is messed up a little bit because,
You were all over the place. It happens, man.
well, no, I'm trying to talk about like December last year because like this was before I met Sammy, and I was solo too. What is this? This
You competed
was
well, man. We'll start with last December.
okay. See, that was May 2022. So yeah, my shit's messed up. But I don't know, like yeah. So like last year, I don't know. I think yeah, we were talking about Blizzard hosts. I had just started dating again. I had just started dating
You know,
again, got myself out of that emotional hole and was ready to like give it another shot. Right after like 2 years of forming my life into bachelor status where I'm like, I'm just gonna be a fuck boy. Nobody's coming home to take my money. And
I
then
want to give a final shout out to all them Blizzard hoes. Thank you so much for pushing Rodney into fatherhood. It's going to be awesome watching his life get wrecked. Thank you for your last biggest hoorah. Shout out to them goddamn
yeah,
Blizzard hoes.
man, that it's crazy how life goes when you just go with the
I'm
flow.
going to miss you. I'm going to miss you, you Blizzard hoes.
All
I'm going
right.
to miss you so much. It
What's that?
was gold that you brought to this podcast. We wouldn't be here on this podcast if it weren't for you fucking Blizzard hoes. So thank you.
Yeah.
And I mean that with all my heart and soul. Thank you.
But yeah, so like yeah, this time last year I was single, fucking on my way to being a fuck boy. I bought myself a nice fancy new car, had the new clothes. I was getting new dress shirts and everything to go out clubbing. I was doing karaoke twice a week, shit like that. Fucking just taking care of my ferrets. And then the summer came.
Ah, those were the days. The
Or
ferrets.
no,
The ferrets.
spring came. And then spring came, and then I still didn't find anybody. I was still messing around with these blizzard toads. I'm like, well, fuck you guys. I'm leaving. Nobody want. I'm gonna enjoy my freedom while I still have it, and that's basically what we did. We went down like shit. Where did I go? Because I know it did start with Arizona. I went. No, it might have started with Arizona. Yeah, Arizona might have been the first trip because we tried to go down to Florida before, and then we missed our trip then, and then I changed the ticket credit to Arizona. Went down to Arizona, got to experience Phoenix. That was fucking amazing, especially when it was still cold up here. We went
Yeah.
down there and like we got the perfect pocket of weather where like it was raining most of the time, but it was still warm. It wasn't freezing cold, and we didn't get hit with that Arizona heat until like the day that we left. That was awesome. Then I got to drive down to go see Cody at his graduation. I mean, I was supposed to fly, but I still fucking made it down there. Uh, fucking so yeah. I don't know. I love being able to do that for him, and well, it was for me as well. You know, it's the test of my loyalty, I guess. Like he didn't even fucking expect me there. I knew every one of them would have been perfectly fine if I had said that I couldn't made it. But I'm like, fuck them. It's about me. I want to be there. I don't want to miss out on this. And we got down there. I did get a fucking $500 speeding ticket for going down there in a goddamn Corolla. So that was disappointing. And I don't know what's going on with that. My license has been officially revoked in the state of Georgia.
What does that mean?
It means I better not get pulled over while going through Georgia. And I
What the
hope that
fuck?
and I hope that it doesn't come back up to North Dakota. Well, yeah, I paid the $461 speeding ticket, and then so like it felt like such a fucking scam, man. Like literally after I paid the $500, the 461, whatever it was, like I got another letter in the mail saying that I owe $200 for a super speeder fee. And I'm like, this sounds like some extended warranty bullshit on your car. Like somebody finds out information that you paid a
Well,
ticket, and then they do that.
well,
Because
it
like
came from the state of Georgia, and now you can't drive in Georgia, which is a
all I have to confirm
interesting thing
that
to put
is
on.
is a piece of paper.
Listen, it's an interesting thing to put on a resume. I would lead with that. The next time you meet somebody, okay, just see what their reaction is to that, and that's how you know if they're going to be a good person or not.
But anyways, yeah, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not paying that $200 fee because like that. It just seems
What?
like I don't. Well, it's the way that it was presented. Like you
How
gotta be
about you make a?
careful. Dude,
Okay, hold on.
people scam seniors all the time from letters saying that they're from the IRS and from
I
Social
feel like
Security.
I feel like a wild situation is about to happen right now, Rodney.
The
I
worst
feel
that
like
happens is that my license actually gets revoked here, and I have to pay the $200 plus two $50 reinstatement fees.
okay. I'm going to give you the same advice you gave me. I'm going to give you the same advice you gave me. Are
All right,
you ready?
I'm listening.
Holy shit. Okay. How about you make a couple phone calls and maybe educate yourself on the situation just a little bit better
See, I
before you
did,
don't
and it
pay
sounded like
somebody?
it was real. It like I did Google it, and I found some stuff that said that it was
Just
real. But I'm
call
like,
somebody. Man,
I'll call somebody when it affects me. I don't
you
get
gave me
pulled
the
over
same
very often.
advice and I'm in a good position because of it. Now heed your own advice, goddammit.
All right, whatever.
Dude, your advice worked out. Fucking do it. Use it.
I did do it, motherfucker. I've been checking
Oh.
my license online and everything. I'm making sure that it's legal before I go driving out and shit. And I've only gotten pulled over once in 2 years. Well,
And
technically,
now you can't drive in Georgia.
fuck it. I paid him. All right, but yeah, so we went down to Florida. I got to see Gavin. I got to see Cody. I got to see PJ. I got to see PJ's kids. That was awesome. I got to, well, yeah, because I went to go see Gavin the week before, I think. Yeah, that was before. Because I got to see Gavin's kid and Emily. No, yeah, Emily. And that was awesome, man. We got to go to Washington, D.C. I got to go to the Smithsonian. That was cool. Cool rock collection, big mammoth. I don't know, man. You got me on rocks now. Like every time we go to the museum, like I want to look at the geodes and shit.
Oh yeah, that was me. I got you into that shit. Why
Yeah.
am I laughing at you for looking at rocks then?
Yeah, dickhead.
Dude,
But
that was
yeah.
I caught me off guard that you said that. I couldn't
Nah,
have that was my instant kick.
well, because we just went to the museum. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, we went to the museum because we didn't like. I'm fucking flat broke, man. I'm waiting for it. Like I get back to work today, so I need to kick it in high gear and get some fucking cash in my wallet because like I got literally like $4 in both my accounts right now.
I think I know the moment I got you into the rocks. If I remember it correctly. I brought you on that sandbank that they call a beach in Regensburg, and I showed you that there was fucking seashells right smack dab in the middle of Europe, and you looked at me funny. Was that the moment?
No, I mean I've always kind of liked rocks, but not like I don't like collecting them. I just like learning about them.
We brought some rocks down from the mountain together. We're gonna put that shit in a jar and in a vase thing, and we're
Like
gonna tell people.
for me, it's not really the rocks that are sitting on top of the ground right now. It's the I I I I love learning about what pressure does to minerals and what the
Okay.
result is, like the crystallization of the geodes and all that, and the monolithics and stuff like that. Like just
Well, I mean,
it's geometry, but
the
in nature.
reason the reasons why we collect the sand and the rocks is more for memories. It's been so long since I've been to Italy, but my mom still has the sand from the beach in Pisa that we have there. We physically still have earth from that part of the world. And it's a special thing to possess because you can't buy that anywhere.
Yeah, you
And
can't.
just as a very recent example, we ran out of water when we were up the mountains. And I told her like 3 or 4 times, I'm like, don't worry about it. The mountain will give us the water. And the first time she looked at me strange, but then the third time she was curious at that point. And when we were like 80% of the way up, there was a very obvious waterfall. And I put the water bottle in there and I pick it up. And I'm surprised on how little dirt's in there, right? Because I'm genuinely surprised. I'm like, oh shit, there's no dirt in here. She takes it, she starts drinking. I look away because I don't want to see her instant reaction. I wanted to come natural. So I take the second one and do that. While I'm doing that, there's people behind me waiting for me to get out of the way so they can take water. Right. So this whole scene is working well for her to drink the water. And she enjoyed it and she liked it. And we brought mountain water home to her mom,
Nice.
along with a bunch of rocks I got right at the top of the mountain that you can only get when you're all the way up there. We're putting it in a vase. We're going to tell people this is where we got it from because apparently we're that kind of people now.
But she better go freeze that shit if she wants it to last.
No, she wants to genuinely just enjoy it today. And they are.
Oh, are they drinking it?
Yep, they're just
Oh,
drinking it
okay.
like fine whiskey, man. They're just really a glass here. 2 hours later, maybe another one. It's gonna be empty by the end of the day. We'll get more in 6 months.
Okay. That's good. All right, so we're still in the spring. I took a bunch of trips in the early spring leading up to summer before I met Sammy. Yeah, so we went to Arizona, I went to Florida, I took a cross country road trip to Washington, D.C., stopped in all the capitals along the way while having four ferrets in the van. That was crazy, but fucking love it. I'm missing my ferrets like really bad right now. Like, Cass keeps posting stuff on Snapchat of them, and like I love it, but at the same time, like I miss them. And so yeah, like that's crazy. Now we're into summer. I got hooked up with Sammy. What ours is May? Some no January, February, March. I have to look it up. It's on my phone somewhere. Damn it. Well, glad she doesn't listen to the podcast. But but yeah, okay, your turn. So now we're in summer.
Okay, well, the beginning of the summer I didn't really go anywhere because I was saving up for a really big trip in August with David,
Yeah.
where we went to Berlin together. Now, It's been a couple months since that trip, and a lot of things have happened. So I have to admit that there are some things about that trip that I remember saying that maybe I don't feel as harshly about it anymore. Because I remember in the moment feeling that this is a really, really bad
Yeah,
trip.
you were ready to murder him and leave him in the
Yeah,
street.
I was. And I cannot deny that he put us in some dangerous situations
Hmm.
while we were in Berlin. But things are really, really good with David this year, right? And when he speaks of, like, he spoke about that trip a couple days ago.
Hmm.
And like I said, I guess it's been a couple months. And he remembers all this awesome shit that we did together.
Yeah.
And that's what he tells people. And I'm not angry about it anymore, I guess. So I see his point, because one thing out of that trip that came that I have been abusing like a motherfucker and I need to stop is the scooters. Because the scooter experience in Berlin was the coolest fucking thing I've ever done in my life. It was wild
Guys,
how much area I could cover
you
with
just
him. And
drank
so,
spring water from the Alps, and you're comparing. You're saying scooters.
hear me out.
Crazy.
Hear me out. Because of that experience, now I have the app and now I get what's the fuck's going on with my bank account and all that.
Hmm.
I use that now when I go to Nuremberg and Regensburg. And because of that, I've been going more frequently out of town and having fun. I just, in a different city, Regensburg, Passau, Nuremberg, short stops all over the place.
Hmm.
And in the summer, um, Kelheim. Me and Bernadette went to Kelheim, which is this very, very cliffy area that connects the Danube River and the Rhine through the canal. The reason why this canal is so important to Germany is it connects the river from Amsterdam or Rotterdam, and it goes all the way through Europe with that canal to the Black Sea. We're talking about something that's like 6,000 miles long, right?
Okay.
And this particular area is that choke point where the canal starts, but it's a very cliffy area. And we were in really, really beautiful sceneries in the summer where we did those stops all over the place. She also took me to a concert in Augsburg. We went and did like 3 concerts this year. One in Munich, one in Nuremberg, and one in Augsburg. It was
Yeah,
wild shit, man.
that's crazy, man.
But those concerts were also 1 day things. We got off work and we didn't sleep much and went to work the next day. But that's what you do when you're an adult and you got kids, man. You gotta sometimes not go to bed. It just
Yeah.
is what it is.
No, that is what it is. So what? Bernadette's only got two, right?
She got 2 kids.
And then you got David. That makes three for you.
Yeah, we are bringing in a combined of 2 dogs and 3 children. I think I got the picture that I need. I think I'm good with this picture.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So now that was our summer. So basically, we had a crazy fucking winter at the start of this year, and then we both got
Yeah,
got shacked up, and now we've been doing the family man thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that also made us leave the house and go to other places and
Well, yeah.
experience other worlds.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like
I
right now,
showed
I'm
her
getting
all
a
of
little
them.
stir crazy after this whole week of being home for the holidays and everything. Like, I don't know. I see my bank account and I notice that I haven't left the house. I'm like, I'm getting antsy. I'm like, I need to get out and get some money and fucking then I can rest. Because like
I've got
do you get that feeling whenever you've rested too long
yes.
and now it's like, all right, now the fire's on my tail right now. Like, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Um.
Okay. So what have you been doing since September?
Since September. Oh, we're already in September. So
Yeah, because I just said
September,
August. I just
yeah.
said the Berlin trip was August.
Berlin trip was August. Okay, we went to so when I first got with Sammy, so I think this was July, like just before my birthday, we went down to Deadwood, South Dakota, and and Mount Rushmore. So we just I like that was a wonderful trip. That's like what really set our relationship like on the right path was like us being able to experience stuff together. Like we never had a problem where like we both wanted to do different things or anything. It was real easy to just go with the flow, you know. And I loved sharing stuff with her. Like I love seeing her reaction to stuff, you know, because like I get that. that sheltered version where she's not really left the state that much. So I get to be her tour guide, you know. So like I love
Because you
that
know
fact.
where everything's at.
Well, it's not that I know where is that I know that it's worth the trouble to get there. Does that
I
make sense?
agree with you on that part.
Because there was a conversation a couple of weeks ago about her grandparents and everything, and they're like, well, I don't think it was hers, it was somebody else's. It might have even been a story that you said or something, but like somebody had said like yeah, we spent $1,000 on going to Japan instead of having a big Christmas this year. And at the end of it, I wish that we just stayed home. I'm like, well, that sounds like it was your fault, not Japan's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a lot of money you put down on something you didn't enjoy ultimately.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And I get that. And like I can see how a lot of Americans would adapt that sense of thinking because like I mean like I kind of felt that way at Germany like if you weren't in Germany that would have been a waste of money for me if that makes any sense. Like I love well, no, I'll take that back. It was super expensive and I probably wouldn't have done it if you weren't there. Because like yeah, if you weren't there then I would have been a lot more anxious,
Mhm.
more like okay, fuck, I'm really on my own right now. I need to make sure I walk the right line, you know.
Well, we made amazing memories with my son. He talks about you periodically, so
Really?
I'm glad you
Awesome.
came.
That's
Your name is
crazy.
mentioned about 4 or 5 times a year out of his mouth, and I don't bring it up. He brings it up himself.
Cool, cool,
You had a
cool.
lasting
Well, yeah,
impact.
I know
So I
Paisley's
hope
definitely
you
ready to
feel.
meet you.
I know you said it was expensive, but I hope you understand that is a big one, man. My kid remembers you, and he knows who
I
you
mean,
are, and he
at
understands
the
your status.
time it wasn't expensive. At the time that I took the trip, I had the money. I had the money, so it's like I don't want you to think that at all. Like I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't comfortable with it. I wouldn't have put pressure on you and shit. But like I don't know, like honestly, I wouldn't have had a good experience without you because you were a tour guide basically, you know. You gave me the highlights
You
of
were
it, but
very
then you gave me
picky with
the
the food. You didn't like the food here. I gave you the best I could find, and you only liked the Derner, if I remember correctly. I gave you schnitzel and bratwurst, and you're like, "This is fine."
Yeah, but I think that's me. I'm very like bland whenever
You
well,
didn't even eat the pizza, which I was like, "Damn."
what pizza?
You never ate the pizza there. I offered you pizza dozen times, and you were like, "I want the Derner box."
I don't know. Well, I just got really addicted to that Durner. Like that was like the perfect fucking sandwich. Like,
Should I
oh, it's like
try
a
and
sandwich,
like?
but it actually fills you up.
Okay, so do you want me to like somehow smuggle some in? Like, I guess I could find the correct container that could keep it preserved.
No, what you could do is go in there and just take a picture of their line, and then Sammy can replicate it for me. Like, just
But
take
you
a
don't.
picture of the
But
ingredients.
yeah, but some of the ingredients are not in the United States.
Bullshit. I got
You would
Amazon.
have to. Yeah, that might work. That is true.
Yeah,
Amazon
you can
can,
order dried herbs and stuff.
but there are
I can
small
find an
shit that
alternative.
like the salt is a MSG from Indonesia, right?
You can get
And they
that
get
now.
that through Istanbul. Everything comes through Istanbul over here.
Yeah. But no, I mean we can find alternatives and stuff. Like I liked the bread of it. I liked that it was like a
The
different
naan
form
is
of
really
burrito.
good. Yo, the
No,
naan is
I
nice and
I was
crispy.
already hooked on naan before I went up there, like because we got an Indian restaurant that opened up here on Main Street, and like yeah, I loved that. It's disappointing because Sammy doesn't really like Indian food, so I haven't really been there since the date that I took her on to go there. But
Just for a warning, I may make some weird faces when I'm eating food in the States. Just don't
no,
look at
dude,
me. I'm
it's
just
fine. Like
processing with a.
for me, it's like I have a picky palate as it is. Like, I mean, I'll eat food if it's the only food available, but if I'm gonna pay for it, I want to know that I'm gonna like it first.
Either way, if I'm acting strange about food, just be like, "Oh, you like European
Yeah.
pansy," and then we move on.
Yeah. But no, like I really love that Indian restaurant that you took us to,
That was
and
amazing
they
food.
gave us the actual Indian spice. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we're
Well, I
pussies.
told him to kill us. Remember? I
Yeah.
was like, yo, I want to die tonight. Let's do this. And he said, okay. And
Okay.
we
Customer's always right. But no, so yeah, so we went to South Dakota. We went to, and that was a great fucking trip. Just the two of us. I got my sister moved down here before 4th of July. They're doing all right. I mean, as far as like financially, I guess they're doing a lot better than they were in Indiana. My sister's health is really failing right now, and that's been concerning. That's been on the back burner. I haven't really gotten to talk to you about that, just because I don't really want to have that conversation yet.
I'm
But
not gonna push it if you don't want to, but I'm open.
yeah, I mean it came up a lot whenever I told you to watch The Whale. Like that really that's kind of the situation I thought it was, but
Oh, I'm an asshole. I still never watched that film.
yeah, you are a
Oh
fucking asshole, man.
no, the last time. Okay, so this is what happened. We were about to watch it, but she got uncomfortable. And I said, "Why are you getting uncomfortable?" And she said, "I've seen the movie. It's really sad." And I said, "Well, do you want to watch Garfield instead?" And she said, "That's better." And so we watched
Yeah, I mean she was not wrong.
Garfield.
She's not wrong.
So yeah, I wasn't gonna do that in that moment. I decided that I was gonna do it in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
but her reaction was weird. So I haven't watched it yet.
It's a sad
And
story. It's a sad fucking story. You're gonna cry. If you don't, then you're not human.
okay. Oh, well, I did force you to watch some shit that was awful too. So
Yeah,
I
that
got to
was
do this.
atrocious. It wasn't awful. It was atrocious.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, seeing those little girls frozen, that was traumatic.
yeah, that's
All
that.
right, but
Whoa.
we are running out of time. We got like literally 5 minutes left till we're at. Well,
Really?
no, we're
Okay.
already.
So I
What?
got. I'm not actually done yet with my year.
I know. We gotta finish up. We gotta finish up. We gotta stay on topic. Okay, so now
Did you?
we're you're past
Have you
September.
finished your fall or up to this point? Have you made it all the way up to the
Yeah, we
today?
took the South Dakota trip. I don't think we took the. Yeah, we took the Yellowstone trip in October, so that'll be my next one. So you go. So now we're in
Okay.
October.
So due to two very, very different reasons that have no connection to each other whatsoever, and I mean that for real. Maybe a tiny connection, maybe a sminkle connection, just because we were there when we were there.
Mhm.
For about 4 or 5 weeks apart, I've taken a road trip with Bernadette to Budapest. And both of those times were within the 24-hour span. We went there and we were back, which is like jet lag. It's a
Mhm.
lot like jet lag, except you started at home and you ended at home, and that's an experience all on its own. But we went and got a car one time, and then we went and got a dog the second time. But on
Yeah.
the first trip, we did spend like 6 hours running around Budapest and trying candy and getting souvenirs. And we went to a really nice restaurant where I had the best goulash I've ever had in my life. Oh my God. Um, but most importantly,
Sorry.
because of what we like in the spring when we were in Regensburg
Mhm.
together, I showed her my favorite spots on the Danube River, places that are very, very important to me, very special.
Uh-huh.
When we were in Budapest, she showed me her special places on the river. And it was just another one of those surreal things of how we are connected in such a bizarre way that's thousands of kilometers apart from one another. It was
Yeah.
one of those
No,
wow moments.
I can definitely relate to that. Sammy definitely took the time to do that with me. I think it was July around my birthday. Paisley was having a camping trip for the weekend with her grandparents, and they made us come out there under the guise that they needed some ice, and then they made us take them home. I guess they
Okay.
were done camping with them, but she took the time to like to pull over to a spot that she had visited like throughout her childhood and everything, a place on the river. And I'm like, yeah, this is really peaceful. It was like that place behind St. John's Apartments, that part of the river where all those
Okay.
trees are and it cracks into the water, like yeah. So that was really great, man. So I could definitely relate to that. So now we're
And then, of course, yesterday I was in the Alps, and that's the year. Boom. I
bro.
already talked about that.
Awesome. Like, yeah, I definitely like to see up. Like, yeah, I'll definitely send a Google Maps photo of all the places that I've been this year, and Bernadette can work with that. Do something with
Well,
that.
We did have to stop in Vienna, but that was to take a piss. Like we didn't actually stop. We bought all the times we going to Budapest. You have to drive through Vienna, and you have to drive on those towns that are on the river.
Hmm.
We also, because there's a sign, and I don't even the village where Arnold Schwarzenegger's from. The highway
Yeah.
goes past the village, and there's a sign that says "Home of Ding Ding Schwarzenegger." And I'm like, oh, that's where his mom and dad are from. Okay, it's a museum now. Whatever, and we drive past that every time. It's on the highway there.
Yeah. I watched that. What was it? Fucking the Christmas special or the Christmas movie that he was in. Fuck, I can't remember the name of it now.
Oh, where he can't find the toy and he's got to beat up
Yeah.
Santa Claus for it.
Yeah. I tried watching that. That was funny. I was like, yeah, I love Arnold. He's a terrible actor, but he's funny.
Well, either
Next
way, it's been a very busy year, and it's going to be going the
next year is
same.
gonna be even better, bro. Even
But
more.
it's not. There's no stopping this wave. We're
Oh,
still going at the same tempo that we've been at, and there's going to be a lot of shit that's going to happen in the New Year's podcast. So I'm looking forward to that shit.
yeah, that's my goal right now is to as soon as these holidays are over, I'm gonna crank up the advertising. I'm gonna fucking be working as much as I can until the till it hits 36 degrees, and then we're fucking leaving town. I got two
Yeah,
fucking
there was
expeditions ready to take these kids wherever the fuck they want to go. And I got
the
a free ticket to
episode.
any national park in the state in the country.
Oh,
But
yeah, that's a good deal.
yeah.
No, there's one more topic that I wanted to run by you. So I guess we'll do this, right? This little bitty bit of information, and then that's what we'll talk about in the new year.
Yeah, you can plug the
I don't
next one.
know. I don't know if you're aware of the documentary of Welcome to Wrexham, where Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds bought.
Yeah, I watched it last year.
Okay, so
And the dude from Always Sunny.
I'm going to give you a massive spoiler update because I have been actually following the team, and we might get in trouble with Disney for
Okay.
this one. Okay, but
Bring
if
it
you were to
on, Disney.
Google, listen, if you were to Google how they're doing right now in their world, okay, and I have to explain fucked up shit to you. When Ryan Reynolds bought the team with
Mm.
what's his face, they bought the team for like £5 million. When you think about a large team that even people that don't know the story, like Manchester United, even people that don't know the sport know that that is one of the biggest teams in the world. They are 3.2 billion, right? They're doing so good in the division that they're at. The next one up is the division under that. He has brought a team that was worth 5 million. He's about to make them $100 million team in 4 years of being in their ownership. Okay, he's made and it's he needs $1 billion to keep going. He's completely changed this entire world in so many fucked up different ways,
Nice.
right? Talent and education and academies, and this is destroying the world in a strange way.
Mm.
But that's what we're going to talk about the next episode
We're
because
talking
I want
about
to get more
Brexit.
into it. Yes, I want to tell you how significant this seriously is. This documentary could get in
Oh,
trouble.
Rick. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's about TV rights and all this. That's where they get the bulk of their money from.
Yeah.
And the higher, that's where we're gonna pause it.
All right. Well, we'll end the year with a joke. You ready?
Okay.
Why should you never play poker at the zoo?
Something gonna get stuck up my ass.
No, there's too many cheetahs.
What?
All right, we'll end it on there. Thank you guys for listening. We are finishing year 2 of our podcast. I mean, we only been recording for a little bit over a year, but fuck it, man. It's been a wild year. I love you, brother.
It has
Can't
been a
wait.
full calendar year.
It has been a full calendar year. Yeah. Well, with that, we will leave you and we'll see you on the next one. Love you, brother.
Love you too. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.